Warrior fans tripping on Davion. I think Davion gonna have some
Are
moments.
Warriors fans doing it, or was that just Bonte?
No,
Are they really talking crazy about Davion Mitchell?
with our guy in the chat, Jason, he was saying, yeah, Davion, he about to be fooled. He Warriors fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. There's a lot of things you can say about Davion. There's a lot of things as a Kings fan. You go, I wish Davion was stronger in here. I wish Davion ain't nobody's food.
No.
Like,
See,
what Davion Mitchell
the
are you
funny thing
watching?
about it, they talking about it on the offensive end. They're like, oh yeah, we'll just leave him open and let him shoot. All right, whatever.
Okay.
Like that's not even why he's out there.
Okay. Do that. Leave Davion open.
Right.
That's a good idea.
Maybe I go because I guess Friday. I mean, if you're really breaking things down, I guess you paid attention. I didn't pay that much attention to Friday's game. Like I watched it because I was there. I didn't really pay attention to what was going on. I guess Davion played poorly on Friday.
What did y'all do that had Olivia chugging down coffee the next morning?
She just had like a half of a beer.
Well, that adds up. Yeah, she's 5 foot nothing, so that adds up. Davion is food. Man, that's wild.
Yeah.
916-909-1320. If you want to get back in on these phone lines. Jesse says, all these takes so far have screamed, we don't know a thing about the Kings.
Well, yeah, it's like, I feel like, I'm not calling anyone, like these takes are like out of ignorance almost. Like they just, like have you seen anything about the Kings that gives them their due or like
no
thinks that they're gonna like put up a fight? It's all like the Warriors of like the main talking point is the Warriors have been here, so that's why they're gonna beat the Kings, and that's just is insane to me.
The one that really bugged me out this morning was the Yahoo one, where Yahoo said, don't read too much into the Kings and their prolific offense. The floor of the offense in the NBA has been raised. Wow.
And that's why I just continue to say, I don't know why it's so hard to just say the Kings are a good team. You don't have to overly praise them. You don't have to say that they're about to win an NBA championship or nothing like that. But what's so wrong with saying that's a good team, man?
If someone sat down and said, if a national writer wrote, I got the Warriors in 6 and here's why, this would be my rationale. The Kings are an incredibly scoring team. Is there one game that the Warriors can just outscore them? Like the Kings play their game, 15 threes, 30 assists, big night from Malik. Can the Warriors beat them in one game in this series like that? Sure. Okay, there's one. Then you start to break down, is there a game that just the shots don't fall? Sure. A game where the shots don't fall and they're not sharp defensively? Sure. Do you have the Steph Curry game? Do you have the Clay game where there's just no answer? Sure. There's a million things you can rationalize. I just don't think the Kings defense can close out on Steph and Clay. I think the coaching staff is going to find a way to minimize Sabonis's ability to pass the ball around the floor. Okay, I don't know what that strategy is. We haven't seen it one time this year. But okay, you want to be physical with them. Unless Steven Adams is back and on the Golden State Warriors, there isn't a player on the Warriors that I'm worried about. But if you made the argument, it's like, okay, I'd counter that particular. I got you. Nobody's doing that. It's just, the Warriors.
That's it.
That's
the Kings.
That's exactly what it is. Just the Kings Warriors. Have been, or the Warriors have been here, so that's why they're going to beat the Kings, and we're done with it.
Even though they've been the 3 seed, even though they finished with 48 wins, even though they're hosting a first round playoff series, they're still the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah,
they're still the team that missed the playoffs for 16 straight years. They're still the team that has had 13 head coaches. They're still the team that has had multiple owners. They're still the team that has had multiple general managers. They're still the team that's playing Vlade Divac and Luke Walton right now. They're still that team.
Yeah.
And it probably won't be a first. They'd have to beat the Warriors. They might have to be the Lakers or the Grizzlies for anyone to go, hey, the Kings have had a hell of a season.
Which is crazy.
And even at that point, I'm
Kings
not sure that they
gotta
would
make the Western Conference Finals for somebody to say they had a good season.
And you know what? That might not be it either, because D'Lo and KC in Sacramento watched the Dallas Mavericks make the Western Conference Finals last year and looked at them like, come on, man. They ain't the second best team in the Western Conference. They got here. They deserve a chance to get to the finals. We know what this is. They ain't that.
The other thing about it is, it speaks so matter of factly about what they're talking about, and it's like, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. Like I can talk about the Warriors. I watch the Warriors, but I don't know the Warriors the way Butcher and Bonte do. So when they say something, I'm gonna listen. I'm be like, okay. Number one, I'm gonna seek them out because I know that's the creme de la creme of Warriors talk. So I'm gonna seek them out and try to learn something. Like, man, is there something I'm missing? Okay, DiVincenzo, he's been a little bit more of a factor than maybe I give him credit for. Or Kuminga's been playing well as of late. Down the stretch, he started playing good. All right, I'm gonna look out for that. The Kings, the Kings don't play defense. They're last in the league in defense. You can't win like that in the playoffs.
And they're not, but I got you.
That's one thing that kind of makes me more confident in the Kings this series. Like, you look at the national guys, all the national media people, they're taking the Warriors, of course, or whatever. They can't definitely tell you, like, they can't tell you a thing about, they don't know about the Kings, what I'm saying. They don't know what's coming. Like, we can talk because we've seen the Kings, we watch the Warriors and stuff like that. Like, we can actually talk about the series. They just don't know.
I just have the ability to acknowledge what the Warriors do really well. I have the ability to acknowledge what the Kings do poorly. I can formulate an opinion on that. We've said from jump, I wouldn't be surprised if the Warriors went to the NBA Finals.
Nope.
Wouldn't be surprised if the Sacramento Kings went to the NBA Finals. Denver Nuggets, Los Angeles Lakers, Memphis Grizzlies, Phoenix Suns, all of them. Wouldn't be surprised. I'm not going to get on someone's neck now for saying, well, the Warriors are going to beat the Kings in round one. Okay, that's fine. Just tell me why.
That's it. That's it. I've said this numerous times today. You can watch the NBA and watch the King, be familiar with the Kings, and think that the Warriors are going to beat them. There's no problem with that. There's no shame in that. You don't have to. It's not like Warriors fans. Like, if you pick against them, oh, watch more basketball.
Kings better.
It's not that. You can watch the game and think, you know what? I think the Warriors are just better. I think they're too much. I get that, but I haven't heard anything yet that makes me say this person knows what they're talking about. They make a good point as to why the Warriors are going to beat the Kings. Like Jesse said, it's just a bunch of inexperience, don't play defense, Warriors.
Everything people say that the Warriors can do in the playoffs, they literally have not done once this season. You need them to be a team that they were last year.
Yeah.
Like what I broke down the other day, I said, you know what? This is going to be a different test for the Warriors defense with the way the Kings play offense. And I could go back to 2015 and tell you, hey, they faced the Grizzlies and they were playing off Tony Allen, or they played the Rockets and they were playing off PJ Tucker or whatever. And this was ISO ball from like, we can talk about all that because I'm sitting up at night because I'm like this genius, but I want to, if I'm going to talk about something, because I talk a lot, speak loudly, right? The part of the reason why I do that is because I do my research to make sure I know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't just go talking about, well, you know, the old adage in the playoffs. No, that's not actually the wrong adage. Okay. So nobody's been able to sit up there and be like, you know what, the Kings, they do this dribble handoff thing, but like, I'll even give you something. Kings do the dribble handoff. They were flummoxed by what Boston did to them. When Boston had two smalls on there and they messed that whole thing up. They didn't understand that. If I was a Warriors fan, like, I think we might be able to do that with like Wiggins and GP2 or Steph or something like that. I think we might be able to execute that and replicate that. And it'll be up to the Kings after having that experience against Boston to know how to combat that, know how to play that. They didn't know what to do. They said so. They're like, we were kind of stuck on that. We got to figure out how to combat that. But all it takes is watching the team to see something like that.
It's too much work. It's like the clip from James Ham we played earlier. That's not even the length of a game. That's 2 minutes.
That was crazy.
That was 2 minutes, but
they did Ham dirty on that one. They did Ham dirty on that one because number one, they clipped it for the in the caption.
In the written,
in the caption they clipped it, and then also, if you listen to the clip, you understand exactly what he's saying.
Yeah, but that's not what the game put out there. It's like they need the sound. We're going backhand them, boy. They need the sound.
Yeah.
They need the sound to get out there.